Amara used to think the most dangerous thing in any room was a bad idea spoken confidently. She doesn't think that anymore. Now she believes the most dangerous thing in any room is a bad idea that everyone else has already nodded at. Because once the room has agreed, the cost of disagreement stops being about the idea. It becomes about belonging. In the 1950s, psychologist Solomon Asch ran a series of deceptively simple experiments. He showed participants a line and asked them to match it to one of 3 other lines of clearly different lengths. The correct answer was obvious. Under normal conditions, people got it right nearly every time. But then Asch placed each genuine participant in a room full of actors. And the actors, one by one, gave the wrong answer. Confidently, casually, as though the incorrect line were self-evidently the match. A significant proportion of real participants, knowing visually that the answer was wrong, gave the same wrong answer as the group. Not because they were weak, not because they were stupid, because the social pressure of consensus is registered by the human brain as information. If everyone around you sees something differently than you do, the mind does not first think they are wrong. First asks, what am I missing? Beat 1. This is social proof, and it is one of the most reliably exploited mechanisms in advertising, media, politics, and institutional life. Millions of people have read this. The industry standard is, everyone is doing this now. Each of these phrases is pressing the same button, telling your brain that the crowd has already resolved the uncertainty you feel. Beat 2. The power of social proof scales directly with ambiguity. When a situation is clearly defined and information is available, people are much more likely to trust their own assessment. When the situation is uncertain, a new environment, a complex decision, a novel problem, the pull of consensus grows dramatically stronger. Beat 3. Asch's research also showed something hopeful. If even one other person in the room gave the correct answer, just one, the conformity effect collapsed dramatically. Dissent does not need to be a majority. It only needs to exist. The presence of one honest voice changes the entire social calculus. Beat 4. Amara thinks about this often in the context of institutions. The problem is rarely that everyone in the room is dishonest. The problem is that each person believes everyone else is more certain than they are. So no one speaks first. And the uncertainty, unspoken, hardens into false consensus. A thing that looks like agreement but is really just collective silence. The antidote is not to distrust all consensus. That leads nowhere useful. It is to ask each time you feel the pull of the crowd, is this group drawing on genuine knowledge and diverse reasoning? Or are we each simply watching the person next to us for cues? Because there is a version of the crowd that is genuinely wise. And there is a version that is simply everyone waiting for someone else to think first. Amara has made a practice of being willing to think first. Not loudly, not performatively, just willing to name quietly what she actually sees, and to see if anyone else in the room exhales. This has been the hidden levers. 9 mechanisms, 9 characters, one question that ran through all of them. When you look at a decision you have made, are you sure it was entirely yours? Understanding these mechanisms does not make you suspicious of everyone around you. It makes you more honest with yourself. It makes your choices more deliberate. And it makes the moments of genuine influence, when someone truly persuades you through good reasoning and honest connection, far easier to recognize and to value. If this series meant something to you, follow the channel. There is more to explore.